Hi, everybody. I hadn't started a new stream. For some reason, it wouldn't come on. So there's others waiting in that, and I don't know what to do about it because I can't get back to it. Yes, I have the sniffles. That baby's been sick for a week, and I've got the sniffles now. So I was just finishing up the lace on my book that I had missed. And I don't know how she is right now. She had a viral bronchitis. So, of course, that means it was contagious. Yes, I had to restart, honey. I know, I will. I will. I was trying to get this lace done. I like just a few having it done, and then I thought we might look through my book, see if we can find some jewels to go on it or some bling to go on it. And let me see if I can get back over to the other live real quick and tell them that I'm here. Oh, that didn't work. That was the wrong button. Maybe go back one page. I don't know if I go back if I'll lose this stream or not. I'm afraid I will. But I had several in the other one waiting. Maybe they'll get a notification here in a minute. I hope. I hope they do. I'm I got a bubble in my glue. And I cannot do this straight. That paper is so wobbly. The book is so wobbly underneath here that it's just it's just going wherever it wants to. Okay, thank you. I know, Linda. I'm sorry, honey. It wouldn't let me come in. It kept going to some kind of Russian missile video. So it was kind of crazy. I'm putting the last of my lace in this book. I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're here. I wanted to finish this up today if I could, and I thought then we'd go to chatting because I bet in chat that I'd like to get this in the mail as soon as possible. So, because it's going to take a while for it to reach its destination. Hi, Spanky. Sorry, honey. It wouldn't let me come in. I could type, but I couldn't open the string. I know you have. Hi, squirrel. Well, I really can't say where it's going yet. I can let you know in when it gets there because I want it to be a surprise. I think that this will be my last piece of lace right here. And actually, it needs to be on that card, but I'm going to put it right here. And that'll get my lace all in it evenly. All my little lace. I did about every 4 pages. So I am very, very, very happy with my journal. I do want some bling to go on it. And I probably have some up here in my box. I thought we might play in my boxes for a while. Oh, that's going to not stick this time. I didn't get enough glue on it or something. Maybe it's just following my glued fingers. I think that may be the case. It was just following my glued fingers. Okay. That's it. That is the last of the lace. Oh, well, happy birthday to Ashley. Hi, Kathy. Okay, that got all the lace in it. It made it a little puffier. Everything you add makes it a little puffier. I'm not going to add any more ephemera. I'm going to leave that alone. I've got some things hanging out here that needs to be actually down in that pocket. And I've got some, I'm going to change out some of this stuff. But this is my bookmark, and it should go down in the center. Right there. So that's a bookmark. And all my tags are in the back side, it seems like. So anyway, it is a chunky monkey. It's I turned out really pretty. I love the quilting on it. And I'm going to make some more of these. I'm going to make some small minis. And so you can look for that, and they will be for sale. And like I said, I didn't glue this on because I thought she could move that anywhere she wanted it then. And so that's it, other than the charms. And I have to go through my bling bling boxes to find that. Oh no, this is stretchy. This is stretchy. I'm okay with here because it is stretchy, and I can pull that down. So it's I can pull it down and make it a little smaller on the sides. And you can see the spine right there. Oh, good. Is this what you're talking about? Being able to see this? Yeah, I used the rest of what I had and put the leaves over it, and then there is how it looks tied up. It's not, it will come down, and it'll flatten out in time too. Those too. You wanted to see the whole thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just used, and I got this on Wish, this particular piece. And I love these because you can cut these up into segments like I did here. And then, did you get to see the flip through, Kathy? Yeah, I usually do a hidden spine, but because I put the material on the inside and it was heavy, I didn't have the room to do that. So uh, yeah, I'm going to have some glue on mine, but I'll set this aside and I will turn the camera around if I can get it going here. And hopefully I'm not upside down. And say hi, y'all. Hi, Janie. Thank you, Squirrel. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with it. And I've got to get my phone on so I can see chat without having to look sideways because I do look bad like that. Instead of looking here and seeing you or I think I can too. And I'm going to make some more of them. And I'm going to make another purple one. I've got enough scraps to do another purple one. So I'm going to do another purple and make some more purple paper and use. And I've even got tea dyed paper that I can use. And I want to make an aquamarine that these will go on. These charms. Oh, cool. I need to come and watch it, Janie. Uh, Shabby chic is just a matter of lace. It's just a matter of putting lace on it. Just go to the lace. You'll have shabby chic, and then yeah, I do too. I love the aquamarine and I think it would be really pretty. And I think that I have material that I can do that with too. But I'm going to start making my own covers and doing, this kind of thing more often because it turned out awesome and it was not hard to make. I mean, I quilt, so it's not hard to make. Yeah, I would like to do some steampunk, and I seen a paper pack that was awesome. It was not a great big one, but gosh, it had the nicest ephemera in it. So that's kind of what I want to do. And just do something different. And I might as well bring my quilting in it. If I can do it, I might as well bring my quilting into it. And for everybody to start coming in because I have started, uh, at a time when everybody's eating dinner and that kind of thing. But I'm really pleased that you're all here. And if you can't stay, I understand. Uh, but I've kind of come the afternoons for our Sunday chat, and I kind of want to hold on to that if I can. I may have to go on at 1. It might be a little easier. And YouTube had the time right, even though I seen some people had come in early. I didn't put Central on it, and I should have on the notification. And yes, yes, that's cool. That's cool, Kathy. That'd be fun. I used to make purses, and I used to make shabby chic, purses. I would do lace and stuff on them, and uh, turn this up a little bit if I can. You get to see my open drawers behind me. Come up. And oh, happy Sunday to you too, honey. Tom's downstairs watching Walker, Texas Ranger. And of course, that makes him happy. It makes him very happy. He loves Walker. So, he's okay with that. And we watched it last night. Even I watched it with him. And I've been taking time out to watch movies with Tom and spend a little evening time with him. So if I miss a live, it's because I need to spend this time with Tom and stay with him a while and have our time together. He really wanted to go somewhere this morning, and I was, had already planned this, and that's what I told him. I'm going to do the Sunday live, and so you're going to have to, just deal with it. All right, Janie. Love you too, honey. You be safe and stay well, babe, and drive careful. Tom has always loved Walker. He has always loved it, and that's one of the. He said, "You just don't mess with Walker. You just don't mess with him because he's the best." Oh yeah, he got pretty rough looking, but had a facelift. Kind of took some of the age off of him, and he's still going. I love that commercial he was in, Kathy, where it said the two old men was saying, "I wonder if he's still got it." And they threw a salt shaker at him, and he kicked it back and hit that old man in the head. Hi, Marlena. Oh, thank you, honey. I told you I'm going to start putting on my Sunday face. I'm telling you, I have got to start taking care of myself, and that's the purpose of this. It's not to impress anybody or anything else. It's that I need to start taking care of myself. Hi, Clara. I have, uh, I've let my skin go. I'm on oxygen, and you can see the lines across my face. If you look real close, you can see where they played, and I hate that. And I need to start taking care of myself a little more. I really do. So, but I'm a little sniffy and a little coffee today because um, I've had the baby all week, and she has a viral infection, and I'm sure that's what's hitting. But hopefully, I can head it off. I'm hoping so. Spanky, he's downstairs, baby. He's not here for me to tell him right now, but I will. And so anyway, hi. I just absolutely cannot watch this camera. I just can't focus on the camera. I can't do it. You all are over there talking to me. So I'm trying, but it's not working because I still have a peek over here. It is hard. It's very hard. I thought about my computer up there, but it's going to have to go high if it's going to work on this wall, because that's my stairway wall, and I'm afraid somebody will knock it down because it will stand out away from the wall a little bit. And if I could figure out how to put it right here, it'd be great. But then I'd be looking down, even at that, I would be looking downward, like this, reading it. At least I would have my face towards you. And then I don't care if you see me in profile, and, we'll get used to this. It's okay. I just, I just look sideways. And why not? I'm reading the chat, you know. Yeah, then I can I can do this. Y'all can see my ugly neck. I might could hang it, suspend it from down there. I don't know, but I'd be afraid of it. And my camera is in the way if I do move it over, unless I go under the camera, and I could do that. It leaves me very little crafting room, but then I've got this space over here that I could craft on, that I have no camera to go over there, so you wouldn't be able to see me. Yeah, yeah, a little one, just a little one. Yeah, yeah. Well, I could do that. I brought my phone up today because I thought I might, get this here and go to YouTube, and we can see if we can do that. I'll go on here and see if I can bring you up. And here's Sunday chat. And Sunday chat. Hello. I need to and Sunday chat. And hello. I need to and Sunday chat. Hello. I need to and Sunday chat. Hello. I need to and Sunday chat. It just stopped. Okay. Okay. Stop. Where in the world is the okay, I gotta find the volume on it and mute it. It's it's not gonna let me. Okay. Where can I mute the sound? Okay. Okay. Stop. Where in the world is the okay. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. I'm back. I'm back here. I turned it off. Well, not quite. I haven't turned it off. There. Now, you're frozen on this one too? That's not good. Well, hello. Are you back? Can you hear me? Hi. We'll not do that again. I'll just look sideways. I'll just look sideways. Hi, Shannon. We just had a boo-boo. I tried an experiment. Hi, Mary Lou. How are you, honey? Thank you for coming in. I was trying that experiment to see if I could read the chat and not be looking sideways, but I would have been looking down all the time. So either way is not good, and I'm just not going to worry about it. It was. I loved it that it just kept repeating it. No, it made it buffer, and then it made it freeze, and then, then it come back. So it was it was crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do about the setup except just live with it and be happy with it, because I am being able to broadcast, and I'm not buffering as bad. And of course we're going to have a little buffer in this one, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth messing with the stream if it's working. And so anybody that comes in new, I am Mary, and I'm here to laugh and cut up and have a good time. So I'm going to be looking at chat, and it is that direction. So that's where I'll be. I'll be looking that way. Sure, it's good. That way I can see every comment. If we're going to have a conversation, I've got to be able to read what you say. That's because I want to hear what you've got to say about things. You know, talk to me. I had a dream last night, getting to some inspiration. And I think we all like to have the inspiration. And if you don't, you just tell me. If I go on too much about it, you tell me. But I had a dream last night about, and it kind of goes back to a Bible parable about not wasting your seed on infertile ground. And that works in every day and every way of your life. Hi, Dana. Uh, I just, the more I thought about it, the more I've heard that all my life. I have heard that parable all my life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a Bible parable. I'm sure there are parables in the Quran and or Quran, however you want to say it, and in other religions too. Um, but if we waste our time on negative things and on negative, thank you, sweetheart. Uh, Hi, Misty. If we waste our things on negative input and on negative things and on negative streams and on negativity in our lives, then that is wasting our seed on infertile ground, because negativity is darkness, and darkness does not grow anything. Only in the light can you grow, but yet the light has to have the darkness along with it. But we have to shine so that darkness stays in place. Oh, Dana, how awesome. My son-in-law came in and he said something about this. And I had dreamed about this last night and how it pertains to our everyday lives. We can make them happy or we can make them sad. We can make them grow in immeasurable ways as long as we give them light, give them love, give them, and that's about anything. Um, in so many ways. It's not only about your religion, but it is about your basic everyday lives. It's about your children and your homes and your environment and all those things. If we don't our seeds and fertilize them and give them the love and the light and the thought to let them grow, then they're wasted. We have cast our seeds on infertile ground, and it will not work. So we have to, yes, and it's a good thing to tell your kids. Our thoughts, yes, become our words. And if we don't monitor our thoughts and our attitudes and those kind of things, then we plant that seed in our children and it will grow badly. It will grow badly. If we plant what's right, yes, things hurt you. Things hurt you. And we let things hurt us. And if we live in that environment, then we suffer. And there's no reason to stay in that environment. Leave it. Go to the light. Go to the fertile ground. Go to where you are nourished and it helps you grow, which is one of the things that I wanted my Facebook to be based on. Inspired art. inspired because they give you the things to grow your art, your channel, your abilities. And we don't need negativity. We don't need it in any way, form, or fashion. We don't have to deal with it. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to live in it. We walk away from it and we inspire and give back the light to help them grow. And that's 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 my inspiration for today. Just remember, don't waste your seed on infertile ground, because um, you can't live in that environment and be happy. And the goal for life is to live a long, happy life, not a long, sad life, not a long, unhappy existence. Uh, we have to find joy in what we do and in where we go with it. We have to find that balance that is in all of us. There's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be a problem, no matter where we go. We're people, we're human, we're infallible, we're fallible. We are not infallible by any means. We are fallible. We are going to mess up. We're going to say something wrong. We are going to do something wrong. There is nothing that can stop that because we are human. But we can apologize. We can say, I'm sorry. It's not a bad word. You can say, I didn't mean for this to get this out of hand. I do apologize. And then you can leave, because if you have sown a bad seed, they don't want you. Uh, but if you have sown one and you've apologized and you said, I am sorry, sincerely sorry, and maybe we can correct that seed and we can and show it some light. And I have several people that probably need that from me because I am human. I also feel like several people owe that to me because I am human. So doing that, I have moved on. And moving is the only way you can go. Because if people are really resistant to an apology, they're not going to take it. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to want it. They're not going to have anything to do with it. Yes. Stay positive. Stay, uh, you know, yes. Yes, Missy, that's right. Uh, you know, but then that's part of what we're here for. You've got to understand that drinking from your cup is part of what we're here for, because we're here for nurturing and watering and giving them a drink from our cup to show what we know. You understand? You can't just say they're not going to drink from my cup, because we have to, we have to, well, they need to say thank you for one thing, because if you give them something of value of your knowledge, then a thank you is not a bad thing. Yes, it can't be drink our well dry and then move on, because then we have nothing left to share. And that's why we have to guard ourselves from the negative and the dark. It's snowing again, Spanky. But just think what it's nurturing. You know, it's water. It's water for this world. I do too. I do too. I don't want to be out in it, and I don't want anything to do with it. My hair's sticking straight out right there. Um, oh, well, we're going to warm up a little bit. We're supposed to get some sleep, and they talked about sleet and rain, but we're now past that, I think, and it's supposed to warm up this afternoon, and then the thunderstorms are going to roll back in. Yeah, it is a four-letter word. Exactly. Exactly. Kids have to make their own mistakes. Sometimes, no matter how many times you tell them don't do something, they're going to try it anyway. That's just being a kid. But we have to be there to understand, uphold, uh, and help them. And sometimes they make choices that we don't agree with. And sometimes we have to support them in that too. And it's hard. Sometimes it's very hard. But that's what parents do. So, yeah, well, yes. Yes. The baby touched the stove the other day, touched my fireplace glass. And I have told her no from the time I started taking care of her. I have told her she could not walk on the hearth uh, repeatedly. I have spanked her little bottom for it because she was so bad. And the other day, she just took a little stroll, and I said, "Get down from there." And she stepped off and went towards her toys. And I thought, okay, that, we bypassed that one. And then I looked up, and she was coming towards me crying. And she was holding out her little hand, and she was coming off the end of the hearth. So luckily, um, the fire had gone out. The stove had cooled enough that it didn't burn her hand, but it was still hot. And I think maybe she learned at that point that, you know, it's hot. Don't touch that. But who knows? She may try it again. She may try it again. I'm in Missouri too, Mary Lou, Annie Loopy. That I love that name. I'm in Missouri too. Uh, Misty and I only live in Marlena. Marlene only lives about 35 minutes from me, maybe. Uh, Misty lives about an hour and a half away from me. And oh wow, cool. I've got some I got some gifts that I need to show you. And I'm going to set this down here. And then I have some funny gifts that I have to show you. Well, the kids thought they were funny. And these I can hold up. uh, my sweet Lori came in and she said, "Grandma, I've got you something." So here's what she got me. Yeah, this is the first one. I've got to put these up on the wall somewhere. She's wanting me to hang them back. Yield to old age. No. No, I won't. This one, old folks zone. Now wait, there's more. Now this one I have taken. This one I have taken. Memory detour. Are those not funny? I love them. I really do love them because they're funny. And then there's this one, slow senior Xing or crossing. And then this is, I think, the last big one. Proceed with caution, old age ahead. They bought every one they had. They just thought they were so funny. And here's no U-turn. You can't go back. You can't go back. And then this one, interstate too old. This one I have hit. Dadgummit. I know where this place is. I know where that place is. I know where this one is really well too. Wrinkle Road. I loved them. Like I'm telling you, I love them. I think I am going to put them up somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to put them up. And the last one is Old Way. So this one's going on my stairway. I may cover my stairway with these. I don't know. And then Marlena, bless her heart, every time she comes to see me, she thinks she needs to bring me something. And not that I'm a complainant, mind you, because it's very nice when you get gifts all the time. But Marlena, you don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. So she got me some neat stuff the other day, and I'm tickled with them. She got me some glue, which I need, and she got me some Mod Podge, and let's see, and these, which are little pull-out shelves, and there's two of them, so I guess I can stack them like that, which is pretty cool. I need these on my desk for some of my little things that I use. I think they'd be really good for my washi tape, for one. It would be nice to have my washi tape where I could find it and not stuck in this drawer here all messed up. Then she found me some canvases, small ones, and it's a 5x7 stretched canvas. And I haven't got my glasses on. See, this is where Old Way comes in. They are natural cotton canvas, excellent for oil and acrylics. It doesn't say it's pre-gessoed, so I would probably have to use some gesso, but that it looks like it has been because it's got the natural color on the back. So I would assume that all of them are anymore. And she got me 3 of those, which are just awesome. Those are a good size to learn on and do some small projects on. I heard a gal saying 10 mistakes that a new artist make, and one of them is don't make your family a huge painting Don't tackle a huge painting when you're just starting because your family doesn't want to display your first paintings on their walls. They might hang up a little one, but they don't want to hang up a great big one that has all the mistakes that you make. Bought me two of these because this is a two-piece set, and they are 5x7 canvas boards. So I'm really tickled with them. And then bling. Whoa, I love the bling. So I haven't got them put away yet because I wanted to show you, and I had forgotten to. I also finally got tape, which I had to reorder. Yeah, the signs have got to go up. So, and I've still got a few things that are out of whack. You know, I need to find a place for my die cuts. That's something I don't have yet. I need another box to put them in. And so I'm stretching over here to put some of this away. I'm trying. It's not going like I want it to go. But yeah, I've got a mess. I've got a mess. Over here on this side is a huge mess. I also brought a turntable up to set some of this stuff on my desk so that I could spin it around. And I've got Spanky's things laid out here to mail, and I've got to get them ready to mail. And, you know, and put away this pile that I have made this journal out of, because all my journaling stuff is over here in a big pile. And we're just going to ignore that it's there right now because I don't want to clean. I don't want to clean today. I'm not going to clean today. I did see it, Spanky. It was awesome. It was awesome. Now, I don't know that I have anything like that I could send you, but I do have a few things. That's cool. It's cool that you found something you loved. Oh, Kathy, hallelujah. Kathy's got a new grandbaby, a new great grandbaby. No, a new grandbaby. And he's a pretty thing. I got to see some pictures. He's gorgeous. You know, but she had a point. You know, don't make a huge big painting when you don't know what you're doing and think that somebody is going to want to hang it behind their couch when you're just learning. You know. These glasses are awesome. I don't know. My sister gave them to me, and I don't know what they are because I can't read that when I take them off. Foster grants, and they have been so good, and help me see a lot. And these are reading glasses, but I can actually see across the room with these on because they're light. Oh, thank you, Christina. I'm glad you come in. And I always call you Christina. And I see that it's Christine. And I know that. And I still say, I don't know why. I don't know why. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And, you know, I hope you all enjoy. My eye makeup today is a pale a pale green. It's kind of a pale green and a little silver on the top, blended well. I blend it out a lot. I put it on and then it's too heavy and I blend it out. And then I did use a little eyeliner today because I have no eyelashes anymore. Honey, it's kind of it's a green. It's a real pale green. And then I use a silver gray over the top of it. But it's almost an oh, kind of a sage green. And then I use a silver over the top of it. And I use a little bit of black that gives me a little highlight. Just kind of in the crease. But not everybody can do that. And it's but anyway, I've started putting on the eyeliner and that kind of stuff and making my eyes stand out because let me tell you, girls, I watched some of my own videos and in some of them I looked like death warmed over. And there's no need in that. I don't care if I'm crafting in my pajamas. There's no need in that. A little bit of blush and a little bit of eyeliner would have gone a long way to making me look better. I've had to change my whole makeup to this hair. And this is all mine. And what's left of it is all mine. And it's getting thin. I did use a curling iron and got it to curl a little bit. I've got it to do a little bit of curling. But this is a lot longer than I've ever worn my hair. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I like a gray. I like a gray color because it's neutral. It's neutral. I usually wear a light brown or an olive green or a sage green, not a bright green. I don't wear any bright blues. The blues have to be extremely dark or it doesn't work. Well, they only work, honey, because I do put some dark underneath them. And if you put some, they don't completely wash you out. And then I've been wearing my lipstick, and just a little lipstick will make you feel better. I don't know. It makes me feel better. And when I looked at those videos, I was like, my God, Mary, here you were going live, sitting there just chatting away and laughing and carrying on, and you look like crap. I have hazel eyes. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown. And so I've always wanted green eyes. I've always wanted green. I've always wanted contacts that were green. I've never wanted blue eyes. My husband has blue eyes. My son has blue eyes, and they're gorgeous, but I've always wanted green eyes. Really? Oh, how pretty. Yeah. Yeah. That's so that's I actually did a full makeup this morning because my skin was in such bad shape that I did a full on facial this morning. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Mine are they're a little bit changeable, but basically they just stay hazel. So that's Wow. You got bumped to a commercial? Have they commercialized my stream? I didn't think I had the people for that yet, although I am growing, and I do appreciate every new sub that I have. And I have not done a 600 subby giveaway. I have not had the funds for that, so I have not done it. And until I get a shop up and get something going, I am just going to wait and maybe try to do 1,000 subby giveaway, and make it a good one if I can. So it's been a long time since I've had one, but I've give away things. I just haven't done a drawing for a big one, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it right now. My pennies have just been really, really stretching. And in fact, I've had to, I've really overdone on spending for my crafting, and I have quit that, or tried to. I spent a little bit in cares yesterday. Uh, I wanted those purple beads really bad, but I didn't buy them because they went higher than I could give. And so I was proud of myself that I backed off. you know, yes, just a little lipstick will make a difference in your life. And hugs to you, honey. If you need some help, you let me know. I told you I'd come help you clean that office if you need some help. MJ's a good nickname for her. Oh, wow. Linda, that's exciting, though. That's a lot more important. We have to put importance where importance should be, and family should be first. I have not been coming to some of the live streams. I missed one of Spanky's the other night, and Spanky, I'm sorry for that. But I've been turning off the internet, unplugging, and spending time with my son. And I need to do that. I need to do that. Yes, Karis she had a good one. Oh, that's awesome, Linda. That's awesome. But I'm not ignoring you. I want you to know that if I don't make your lives, I try as much as I can to hit everybody. But in the first place, I don't know who all is subbed to me without going down the list. And it's a long list. I have 628 people on it. I mean, it's very hard to find out whether they're live streaming or not. I did see Shannon this morning, and I did go and watch her and had a blast with her for a little while, Shannon Naylor. And she was doing her Sunday, and I hope she does a Sunday live stream all the time, because she was outdoors with her family in the park, and they were, doing the robotic planes, or somebody help me, you know what I'm saying. They're drones, or whatever they're called. And we're just having a really good time. And it was awesome to see some sunshine and some Yana butt crack view that we
Mama, I think about running out of cookies again. Mama.
Again?
There's only one left. Mama.
Well, I think you should eat that one left. Tom's out of cookies. It's a bad thing. I'm going to make some cookies, Tom.
You're gonna make some cookies?
I am. I'm going to make some oatmeal cookies with butter brickle pieces.
Butter brickle?
Yes. Doesn't that sound good? Hi, Tom. Squirrel saying hi, Tom.
When do you want to do
Say
that?
hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Spanky says, Tom, love you, and blows kisses. He doesn't know what to think about that, Spanky. He really doesn't. Linda says, hi, Tom. You can come over here and talk a minute if you would. You can come here. And then you could turn the heat off for me because it's really getting hot. Here, I'll let him sit down here, and I'm going to go turn off my heat so he can sit down here and talk a minute. Sit down there. Talk to him. You can't see him, but right there's the camera, and right over there is where they're talking. And you can read some of them things. You going to get set down? It's kind of hard when the chair turns, isn't it? Now, turn around there and say hey to everybody. Yes, he's got Scooby-Doo shirt on. Say hi. Everybody's saying hi. Hey, Mike, how are you, honey? This is my son, Tom. And he's just come upstairs, and so we're having him say hi to everybody. He come up and told me that all the cookies was gone, and he wasn't real happy about that.
Well, there ain't no more in the cookie jar, Mom.
Spanky's giving you kisses. Blow her a kiss back, Tom. My gosh. Did you catch it? She was off talking to another man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Tom. Look up. Look up so they can see your beautiful face. He's got a sore on the side of his nose, it looks like, coming up. I know. We're going to have to make some cookies. Because I tell you what, he can eat a dozen in one setting. You buy a package of cookies, it's gone. It's gone, isn't it? Here's my boy. He's getting new glasses. No, honey, I think that's probably from something he's ate. He gets hives. And that looks like it might be a little hive coming up. I don't know what he's ate that would cause it, but.
When am I supposed to get my glasses, Mama?
Sometime this next couple of weeks. We took his glasses back, and he doesn't like Oreos too well. He likes the peanut butter, and I like the lemon, so I buy lemon and he eats them. So he must like them too. Because he can finish them off in a heartbeat, and I go back to get me one, and they're gone. And then we have a chocolate cake down there that he could go raid too. You want some chocolate cake?
Chocolate cake.
Lori made us a chocolate cake. We really haven't had much snow. Hi, Shirley. I do too. I like those. Okay, let me up so I can sit down and visit. And you go down, and there's a cookie in the cookie jar, and you can eat it. It's the last one, but I don't care. So go get it. And then if you want something else, cut a piece of cake. Just don't totally demolish my cake. Sometimes when he cuts, it doesn't. They said, bye, Tom, and glad they got to see you. He loves snow. He always cries. He always wants to see snow come. But I don't want it. I don't want snow. I don't need snow. I can get by without it. Mike, how are you today? They're all saying bye, Tom.
Well, can you help me
Well,
cut a
holler
piece of
bye.
cake?
What?
Can you help me cut a piece of cake?
Can I help you cut a piece of cake? Yes, I can. He's wanting me to help with the cake. If y'all can hang on just a minute, I'm going to go down and cut him a piece of cake. And yes, there is a lag. There always is. I'm on Wi-Fi, and I'm streaming on Wi-Fi, so there is a lag. So I'm going to run down, cut him a piece, and if you have to refresh, and that kind of helps bring it up, and I'll go get him a piece of cake and maybe make him happy. So I'll see you in a minute. Ooh, looks like somebody's been in it. I think somebody has already cut it. Okay, I'm leaving me a little spot. Okay. Would you like a little extra icing? I'll just put it down from see right there. I'll go up and talk to him. Okay, I'll go back up. I can't sneak up onions because my stairs creak too bad. I got him a piece of cake, made him happy. I took a bite of cake, then had to go rinse my mouth out so I didn't have when I come back. And he's oh my gosh, it says I have 2 people in. I'm down to 2 people. Have about 5 thumbs up. Where'd everybody go? Am I froze? Mike? Hello, Mike. Did I freeze up again? To refresh, or do I need to start over? Did you? Spanky. Mike, how are you, honey? My words don't match up with my face. You can, it'll just be a still shot. It's like watching a Godzilla movie. That is not a good comparison. Spanky, maybe I need to refresh. Have you tried pulling the red line over all the way? Okay. I don't know what this is. Let me try to refresh. I don't know what it'll do, but I can try to refresh. It's spelled right. Am I back? I can't spell, so I can't tell you what I have in mind. I'm going to try to refresh. That's what I'm trying to tap in. Will I lose the stream? I'll turn my lips away from you and show you the back of my head. They're matching up now. Well, what caused that? Oh, honey, you ain't never seen me pissed. I'm kind of like my mother, who was like 4 foot tall. She'd swell up like a banny hen. And if you ever seen a banny hen get mad, they put those wings out and they spread them out and they come at you. And, you know, it's crazy. And I kind of do that too. I kind of swell up and come at you. And I can come hard. You know that. I've done it on a live stream. I showed the world what I was like when I was pissed. I think so too, Mike. I think they channel them. Am I frozen again? Dadgummit. Y'all need to tell me when I freeze so I can quit talking. But I can get you told in a heartbeat. Thank you, Mary Lou. I'm losing people. I think I'm boring everybody today. I'm boring everybody, and this is what we do on Sunday chats: is just talk. That y'all need to give me a conversation started because I've already done my thing. Do you think they're just refreshing? Well, that's good, Linda. That's good because I don't want you to be bored. I can craft if that's what you all want, but Sunday is just not really my crafting day. It's it's always been a family day. It's always been a hang with family day, and since I consider you all a family in a lot of ways, I know you're not. I know I really don't know a lot of yous, and will never really get to know you personally, even though I would like to. It's you do get to know a certain amount about people, and I consider you a family when you're in my life week in, week out. And I heard, Mike, that I had missed several good live streams on your channel, and I have got to get over to see you. Honey, I just what you're doing, and whatever what you're crafting on, uh how are things going? Do I make sense when I do my little inspirational speechy thing that I do every time? And do you like it, or do you want to hear more of it? Those kind of things. Tell me what you would like to see on Sunday crafting. Yes, on yours. Yes, that's what I heard. That you had good live streams and that I had missed them. That I'd missed Spanky over there with Shannon, and that you and Shannon were together, just the two of you on one, and it was really good. I had seen and I missed them. It's because I've been taking a break in the evening and spending time with Tom, and you're on in the evening most usually. I'm going to have to make an exception so that I can watch it. Because really, Tom, I go in there and spend time with him, and he could care less sometimes, I think. I told him last night he watched the Texas Ranger for 12 hours yesterday. And I went in and sat down and I said, "Okay, Tom, now we've watched it. Let's turn it to something else." And he started to pick up the remote control. And I said, "Well, oh gosh, you've watched 9 in the sum." I said, "You're about through it." He just laid the remote down and I didn't get it. He let me know I'm going to watch the rest of it too. So he did. But I don't fight him over it. I don't fight him over it. He is he has so little that keeps him entertained. And giving him the TV back was the best thing I ever did, because when I took it away from him, which I really didn't intend to just take it away from him forever anyway, but when I let the dish go, he was lost. That child was lost. So um, I'm really liking the way we've got it set up now. I got the Roku, and he can watch his favorite shows, which are the older ones on Roku free. We have Netflix and we have Hulu. And it's only costing me 50 some dollars a month compared to 104 for Dish. And we watched maybe 15 channels on Dish. So, it was just not. Yeah, yeah, I heard that. That they just took it over and ran with it. Don't you love it, Mike? Can you imagine what it'd be like if this mouth was in there? And it's okay if you say no. We do need some more daytime streams. We need some more daytime streams, and that's why I decided, because I could come on right before Spanky and probably get more views. But I have found that people are coming back and watching my live later on my Sunday chats because they don't get home until, maybe 1 o'clock from church, and then they have to feed their families, and then, at 2 or 2:30, then they can maybe come in. But by that time, I'm kind of ready to quit because I've been on. And so anyway, it is kind of an odd time, but it's a good time for me. And so I'm going to stay with it, and people will find out, and then they'll start coming in. Yeah. Oh, Pixie has to have her fame too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, and that's true. I thought about going live at about 9 o'clock the other night when Melissa went off. I thought about going on about 9 o'clock. It's the middle of the week, and I didn't see too many on. And I really thought about going live on at about 9 o'clock and seeing how it does. Well, yeah, I mean, for my West Coast people, that would be 7 o'clock for them. I mean, the supper's over, work's over, you can sit down and you can relax and enjoy it. For me, yeah, I stay up late anyway. It doesn't hurt me at all. I stay up. And if I get tired, I'll just say, girls, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. He said that ain't no talk. Mike. It's a barking cat at best. I have to take an afternoon nap. That is one of the reasons why I go on when I do, because I get to go lay down and rest a little while. Yesterday I didn't, and at 7:30 I crashed. My body just said no more. But I got up at 5:30 in the morning and started doing my thing, you know. So by the time that 7:30 rolled around, I had ate and I got sleepy. And so I laid down and I slept till 9:30 before I got up. I did feed Tom. We ate an early supper. And then I had to get up and give us our meds. But I sat up with him till about 11:30 then, and then I was just ready to go back. I was like, okay, you've been up long enough. But I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I got to have my beauty rest, and sometimes I don't get it at night. Oh my God, I can have some of the weirdest dreams. I should write them down for you because some of them are really funny. Like when I hit my head on the wall and fell against the bed. And this was when I was younger. I dreamed that I had company. And I was in washing the dishes. So I went in and I answered the door, and it was my cousins. And of course, we never shut up when we get together. Oh my God. You talk about talking. So anyway, I thought, oh my God, I've left the water running in the kitchen and I bet the sink is overflowing. And I jumped up, and I literally jumped up out of bed. and I had been reading a slick back romance novel, which I have not read in years and hadn't don't usually read, but somebody'd give it to me, and I had dropped it on the floor. Well, my foot hit that romance novel, and I just went like this. And then I grabbed a hold of the wall and pushed myself to keep from falling backwards. And I have a stairway that comes out of my bedroom. And when I did that, it pushed me forward and I hit my head on the wall and then went down. And I had, at that time, I had a waterbed with wooden sides. And I come down and I have a bulbous disc in my back and did then too. And I hit that, and I mean, it hurt. And I was down on the floor. And my loving husband, and I loved him till the day he died, but my loving husband rolled over, stuck his head out the side of my bed, and said, "Well, get up out of the floor." I wanted to kill him. I wanted to end his life right then and there. And I said, "Maybe you should get up and help me up because I'm not even sure I can walk." And he said, "I ain't getting out of bed." I pulled myself up off that floor and I got up. That it did hurt. And the second funniest one, I mean, and it's funny now because I mean I fell every which way that you can imagine someone falling. I was going down, I was going forward, and then I went backwards. It was like some kind of slapstick, you know. And then I decided I'd move my bedroom around, and this wasn't a long time after that. I moved my bed into the bay window of the bedroom, and which opens up a lot of room. And I own a banjo, a banjo uke, a a dulcimer, and several. No, I didn't have a concussion. No, I didn't. I had several stringed instruments, and I had them hanging in size down the stairway wall. Well, again, I dreamed that this time, no, I dreamed I needed to go pee. So I jumped up and I didn't know where I was. I miss you too, honey. I didn't know where I was in the bedroom because I had just moved the furniture and I couldn't find there was no light. There was no moon that night. I could not get away from the bed. And I finally got hung up in that corner and figured out where I was. Well, by that time, it was almost too late, and I like not made it to the bathroom. And when I come back in, he said, "What in the hell were you doing with them instruments?" I said, "I was playing them." "And you're laying in a wet bed." He jumped out of that bed. He jumped out of that bed like he'd been shot. I'm going to laugh till I cry over this one. He he jumped out of that bed like he had been shot, and I hadn't. But I thought I'd get him back for him saying, "Get up out of the floor," while I was down in the floor. So I did. I got him. It's there was never a dull moment around here, even at night. It was always There's always something funny going on, or you know, you just never knew. Never knew. You never knew what the kids would be into, and you didn't know what Herb and I'd be into either. I know, Cheryl. I love telling you all stories, so and I am not a bit embarrassed telling them. I lived a I have lived a good life. I have. And I'm single now, and I've been single since I was 53. And I do hate that. I don't like being alone. I wish that there was someone in my future, but I have given up on that. I have just given up on it. Um, and it's okay because I had the love of my life. And I had a good life with him, even through the bad times, I had a good life with him. So I am not, I'm not really saddened by it. I wish that things could be different. I wish I could find somebody that I was that compatible to. So, but it our life was full of adventure. I'm glad you did say it, Squirrel. I miss you too. And Spanky, I know it, honey, but you can't control the elements. Go out and make a snow angel. Go out and make a snow angel, babe. Make the best of it, but don't freeze your ass off while you're out there. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what I thought. And I'm going to say what I think now and then. Oh, Mike, that's too good. That's too good. One time, Herb come home drunk, and he and I had a fuss, and he decided he would go with his friends, and he was going to school, and he had come home, and I'd heard through the grapevine. Now I don't know if it's true or not, because at that time we fussed quite a bit. We were newly married. That something about me that I didn't like, and so I didn't want to go. I said, "You can go down there with them people that'll talk about your wife behind your back and behind my back." I said, "You just don't plan on coming home." I mean, I was mad. Well, he got drunk, and I knew what he was doing. So I locked the doors. And he had to beat on all the doors and all the windows to wake me up because I went to bed and went to sleep. So he had to beat on all the doors and all the windows. He finally woke me up, and I got up and I opened up the door, and I had him a bed made on the couch. And I said, "You can sleep right there. I'm quite happy with that." And I just turned around and went back to bed. And he laid down because he was too drunk to do anything else. And the next morning, I got up and I fixed the biggest old breakfast that you ever seen in your life. I fried bacon, I fried eggs, I fried potatoes, I fried everything that I could absolutely think of. The grease smell was just a boiling in that house, which I intended. So he got up and he got sick, and he didn't want any of my breakfast, poor baby, because I asked him to come and eat. And he didn't want any. So I didn't push the subject, but he went outside and he stayed a long time. And then he came in later on and he apologized for coming home drunk because I didn't get onto him. I didn't get onto him. I didn't get mad, but I could get back to it. I could get back at him, and he knew it. But yeah, that was one. He quit drinking after that. He really did. We would have uh, a party every New Year's Eve, and we would drink, then, but we were at home, and so it was okay. We were at home. I didn't hear any more bad stuff about me either. So I don't know where that come from, but it wasn't. I guess he told them to shut up, but but it really did. You know, I, It was a little town. We lived in a little small town, and the gossips in a small town are awful, just awful. Yes, you have to enjoy your days. And when you look back on the memories, you have to even enjoy the bad ones because there's some of them that were horrible, And now I can I can laugh about it. And before he died, he laughed about it. We got to where we could laugh over the fusses that we had and the silliness that it was, and uh, and it's like I told my grandson today, don't fight over the small stuff. It's not worth fighting over. Good Lord. Good Lord. If a guy doesn't come and eat just because you cooked, you think he should, eat and enjoy your meal. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. That we fought over all those little things. We fought over everything under the sun for a long time. And then we just decided that we would stop fighting. Just wasn't no need in it. We did. And and you can do that early on in a marriage, or you can keep it going. And we decided that we kept it going way too long. We didn't want a divorce. We didn't want to leave each other. We loved each other, and no matter what was going on, we were gonna that it's time to stop. And so my advice to people getting married now is do not plant, and this goes back to what I said earlier on, don't plant the seeds. Don't say the word divorce. Don't say, well, I can leave you. Don't plant those seeds because they're negative seeds. And it's surprising what you can get over. And you'll not always love them. Sometimes you don't like them. Sometimes there's days when you just would rather them not even look at you. That's life. That's life. She got stuck in her kitchen. Oh my. Oh, oh my gosh. Yes, give each other space, and don't fight. Don't fight over the little things. It's I bet she was mad. I bet she was mad when she found that out. I bet she got over it, but I probably got to where she laughed about it, but I bet she was mad to start with. That my advice to young married people is just don't plant the seed. You can it has to get you need to let it get really really bad before you bring that kind of thing up. And in our marriage, we would, if we had a fuss, we could, oh well, we could just leave. Well, yeah, we could, and it they don't forget it. They don't forget the fussing, and they don't forget what they see. And that's what we decided. We had let them see it way too much, and it was just time to quit. And when we decided it was time to quit, we had the most loving, beautiful marriage that anybody could do. We didn't have to be fighting over that little stuff. Most of it was little. It just was nonsense. You know, uh, we didn't fight over the big things. We would let the big things go, and the little things would just eat us alive because we let those big things go and didn't mention them. And then they would come up, of course, when the little things come out. And then we had this rule. After that, we had this rule that if you fussed about it, it was over and done. There was no bringing it back up. It was not allowed to bring it back up. If you brought it back up, the other one was allowed to say, do not bring that into this conversation. And, and learn how to walk away or pat them on the butt and give them crap-eating grin. I'll clean that up a little bit because my mother said it a little differently. But you know, there are ways to get around those things. But you know, all of it boils down to going back to what I said at first about planting the seeds. And you know, you either plant them on fertile ground or you plant them on infertile ground. And ours took a long time to grow. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. But we saw the storm through. We went through it. And once we started finding our light, yeah, there's bigger things in life that are worth worrying about. And Herb got mad at me one time for pulling a pair of underwear off of him. He wanted me to mend his clothes. Now I'm gonna preamble that. He wanted me. His mother would mend their socks. She would mend their clothes. I was not a mending type person. The first time he asked me to mend his socks, I said, okay. And he'd give them to me. And I walked over to the trash can and threw them in. I said, I've mended them. Now you go buy you some new ones because I'm not sewing them socks up. And the second time was he'd come out of the bathroom and he had put on a pair of underwear and he said, I've got to have some new underwear. And I said, yes, you do. And as he walked by me, I stuck my finger in a hole and he kept on walking. And he ripped them off of him. He got so mad. He got so mad that it was pitiful. And I said, well, honey, they were just hanging on you anyway. They weren't. It wasn't that big of a hole. I just made it huge. I just made it huge. And you know, it got to be a funny story later on because he said, yeah, I can tell you about the time she ripped the pants right off of me. And I did. But yeah, you know, the little stuff is not worth fighting over. In fact, it gets to be funny stuff. It gets to be the stories that you will tell. Just let the sun shine in. That's right. He went and found him another pair. He had good ones in the drawer. He didn't have to put on those that had that. He could have just walked over to the trash can and dropped them in and said, I'm done with that pair, you know, whatever. He just so it's, you know, there you go. There you go, Mike. And wherever it goes, yay. DVDs to be a smarty. Oh, that's funny. Squirrel. Oh, that's funny. You know, life is so funny. Life is just, and we need to laugh at it. We need to laugh at it a lot because the situations that you find yourself in and not even have a clue you're going to go there. I mean, it's just happens. And there's such precious that life has handed you that you can laugh at later on. And let me tell you, I do laugh at him. He's been gone 11 years. 11 years, and I still laugh. And I still laugh. Yes, that's right. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, why bother putting them on? You know, and I'll tell you something. Now, I've said, you know, all of this about me being comfortable with being by myself, and I'm not. I'm going to tell you this. If you all know anybody that's available, hook me up. But they better be good ones. I don't want to be alone. I could live another 25 years or 30, which would be nice. My grandpa lived to be 95. I will mend. I mended his jeans. I did do that. You have the song stuck in your head. Which one, honey? The country and western version, which is sew my socks and no, mend my socks and sew my old blue jeans. Come on, baby. You can fill my pipe and then go fetch my slippers. Boil me up another pot of tea. Come and sit down by the fire and come and tell me why you're leaving me. I don't think that's quite exactly how that goes. I about forgot it. Oh, let the sun shine in. Oh, I like my version better. I always love that old the ding-a-ling song. Herb loved that song. He would come in. I have a piano, and he would come in and he would pick that out on the piano. He loved it. I've let my coffee get so cold. Well, I'll tell you, it is, like I said, life is too short not to enjoy the little moments and the little things that happen. And, you know, you got Bobby McGee. Oh, I love Bobby McGee. Of course, one of my favorite of hers was, "Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?" I mean, if you're going to pray for something, I guess might as well pray for something big. I know, I know. I didn't mind looking at her. I really didn't. Of course, I didn't really see her that much, but I had a lot of her records. She was awesome. And it's sad. It's sad that drugs and alcohol and all that takes such talent. There you go. Yes, I know that song, Mike. I know that song. I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home, so you'll feel more at ease here. Hi, Mark. Yeah, I love that one. 10 acres. How are you, Mark? Oh, and I'm glad you come in, honey. Yeah, 10 even. Good deal. We're just sitting here talking. This is our talk day. So tell me something good, buddy. Tell me something good. We've been having a good time laughing and cutting up, and that's what I enjoy is just hanging out with you. You know, we get too serious about ourselves when we're crafting and what we're doing. And this is my break from that. This is my break from the stress of trying to do something and put it in a, to make a video of it and try to make this and try to do this or try to do that or try to keep up with somebody else in it's crafting and growing, doing big. And, I just got tired of it. And I thought, I don't have to do that. I can do a day of nothing but sit and talk. And because I love to talk. I love to talk. I love to visit. And I know a lot of y'all that go to live streams. I'm fixing this camera again because it's a hanging down. I can't stand that. Get up there. Oh, that's better. It's a little better. I'm not going to compete with other people. I don't want to. Yes, exactly. Just let it go. Yeah, and it will just have you just have fun with it. And I did find. I want to bring this up. I did find a couple. There was Carry On Jeff and John used to come to my streams, and I found them blocked the other day, and I unblocked them. And so, just for my moderators, whoever might have blocked them, they are not trolls. They are good people, and they come in and they support well, and they are great to have in your lives. And it's like a cooking channel, and it is awesome. They're awesome people. So, be careful what you're given with a wrench, because you might be taking out somebody's good friend. You just don't know. So I'm just going to bring that up for right in there, because it just seemed to be time to let that flow. Because you don't know. Sometimes you have never seen them, and you kind of have to make a judgment call. And I know that whatever happened was a judgment call. That let me know first. Let me know, and I can let you know whether it is or not. The first time Mike come into Kathy's stream, I watched him like a hawk because of his name. I mean, WTF, Mike. I was like, whoa, because I didn't know Mike at all. And then Kathy was like, well, hi, Mike. How are you? It's good to see you in here. And I was like, I'm okay. I've reviewed that one, and I might let that one slide, but that's funny. That is funny, Mike. That is funny, but that's his tube name. I'm just going to show it. I don't care. This is my live stream. Show it. I pushed the button. Okay. You just let it go. It's no, you don't know. You do not know until you have gone to their live stream and seen what they do or who they are or how they react with people. I just hung up a little bit right there. Probably off now again in my lips. That you just don't make the judgment call unless you talk to me, because I can say, wait a minute, whoa, he's okay. And I will say to any of you to do that. I mean, that's everybody. And then I can say, it's time for him to go. Or I don't like what he's doing. Just take him out. And you can block him. When I say take him out, I mean take him out all the way. Not let him come back. Hi, Michelle. How are you, honey? That is very unique. And I would really hesitate on that one. But, you just don't know. You just don't know. And you don't know who it is until you go and you check them out. If it's somebody you want in your life or if it's something you don't. That's up to you to decide. But I have made up my mind that at 65 years old, and I wasn't always this way. And I'll just tell you the truth, I wasn't always this way. But I don't care if you are uh, white, black, Indian, Mexican, Spanish, where you come from. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you cuss a little. I don't want you cussing bad in my live stream because I'll get points for that. And I don't want the to be drugged down because I don't have this set for adult content. But I don't care if you are religious or not religious. I don't care if you are Buddhist. I don't care where you are in your life or who you're with or how you live your life. It's your business. And I can be happy for you no matter where you are in your life. Because what happens is, what it all boils down to is we all want the same thing. We all want to be loved. We all want to have love. And we all want to be treated with respect in some way or another. I bet. I bet. And I would have loved to have seen it. Michelle, 2 weeks since your transplant. What kind of transplant, honey? Your kidneys, your, heart, lungs, what? Oh, thank you, Michelle. What kind of transplant did you have, darling? Kidney. Yes. Hallelujah. My disease. So when I hear that, I'm just, yes. Yes. That is awesome. That is so awesome. That just tickles me down to my core that you have had it and things are looking good. That's awesome. That any kind of a transplant is awesome. Oh, Mike, I could eat a box of 12 of them, so I don't know why I'm laughing. I can get started on things like that and I can just eat it till it's gone. That's why I don't buy it, because I have diabetes. But I had Lori make us a cake. Guess who's ate that cake? Me and Tom. Because see, to make me feel good about it, I cut him a slice too. And he don't need it either. But that is awesome. That is awesome. Everybody should be give her a hand because that is awesome. And it's working and she feels great. And that is so awesome. That is, it's the miracle of what medicine and science can do. It is the miracle of what it can do. And with God's hands on that scalpel, whether you believe you don't, it doesn't matter. If it's somebody else, put their hands on it. But yeah, when you give a part of, and that somebody give a part of themselves up for that to happen is absolutely amazing too. That is the gift of life. My body is going to be so wore out. I can't donate my eyes because I have Uh, I have problems with my eyes. Uh, I'm diabetic. I can't give blood because I've had a shot in the past. In order to have another child, I had to have a shot to change the blood because my husband's blood and my blood were not compatible. Um, it. I can't hardly do anything. But if there's anything left of me that will work, they're welcome to it. It gets to be fickle. That is true. Yes. Michelle, I am so pleased. And I'm so glad everybody is joining in on the course because that is awesome because I know how sick that you were. I know how sick and how long you had to wait. Unless you had a personal donor, you have to wait a long time. So, that just pleases me. That just pleases me. I will have a good day the rest of the day because that pleases me so much. And I forgot to tell all the new ones that come in. The reason I don't look at the camera all the time is because I watch the chat over here, and I'd rather watch the chat and know what you're saying than look into this camera. So I'm back over here now. You waited 6 years? Oh, that's awesome. My husband was on dialysis for 6 years, and we were pleased with that because he was never in line for a donor. His son offered it to him, and he said, "Son, my heart's bad. I am not, I'm not in line for a donation through the kidney bank because of a reason." And he said, "I won't take your kidney." And he wouldn't. He refused to. He said, "That'll just leave you one, and what if you end up like me?" So he just refused to. And but we kept him alive for a long time on dialysis, and he was sick 10 years. So we kept him alive. We kept him here with us, and we had a good time. And while he was here, and if he had done it, he might have survived longer. But he had diabetes, and his heart was bad. He had had 3 silent heart attacks. So, it was bad. He had 15% function on his heart. But he went through all the dialysis with 15% function of his heart. So he really done well. Okay, I'm going to have a cigarette on that one. So I hope y'all don't take offense, but I am going to smoke on my Sunday lives because I'm relaxing and having a good time. And I do smoke. And I try. I've got everything pretty much covered in this craft room. It's in bags, it's in boxes, and it is covered up. And so I try to keep it all covered and not where it can get the smoke. Uh, you know, that's right. Smoke them if you got them, and I'm going to because I do. Okay, okay, Mary Lou, you get your tea. I've got my coffee over here. It's cold, but I'm drinking it. And well, see, I'm a diabetic, and we wouldn't have matched because our blood was not compatible. So, I knew I couldn't. He was O positive. Almost anybody could have donated to him, but I was like B negative, one of the really weird ones, and it would not combine in my children's uh, bloodstream. So I had to get that shot so that they only got one blood type. Yes, it is rough, honey. It is. I may even ask to come in, Mike. I just might say, send me a link. And I would have to be on, I'd really have to be on it though. Because there's some days when and after I get off, I can think of 1,000 things that I could have said. They all just go to floating around in my head, and I'm like, well, why didn't I? Well, why didn't I say that? And there's other times when they're just like that. They just come out of my mouth and flying. Let's see. Spanky has it's 3:45 there. She's not fixing to go live yet. I don't guess. I haven't seen her in a little bit. Spanky, you still here, honey? She's probably crafting and watching. Now she goes on 6 Eastern. It's when they usually go on. There she is. I knew you'd be hanging around. I know. I know it does. But you put it on there that it's going to get colorful, that it's an adult live stream, and that's fine. I don't do that here because I come on during the day. So I don't do it here. But the other night when I was going to go on at 9, I thought, well, I'll just put it on. It's just open and expect to hear something once in a while. It might happen. Yes. Are you making your uh, Melissa going on tonight? Well, she doesn't go on anymore on Sunday nights, or wasn't. Yeah, I did see that she had put up a video of a cat and a mouse, or her cat and a mouse, who was going to win. I didn't watch it, but she is so crazy over that kitten. It just tickles me to death. I told him, Spanky, that he ought to get all 3 of us together, and that he wouldn't know what to think. when they came here and stayed, Judy Umfleet and Spanky and I were, and Squirrel stayed up with us for a while, and he finally decided to go to bed. And we stayed up and talked for another 2 or 3 hours until it was just darn near daylight. And I mean, it was just a flying. Oh, what do you have it? Yeah, the sun was coming up, and we decided we'd get some sleep. And then what? We got back up about 7 or 8, and I fixed pancakes and done a live making pancakes. Wasn't even 2 hours. That's right. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I've got sauerkraut and sausage that I may make, although I have a roast left that needs to be ate up. we But I got in the mood. I got in the mood for some sauerkraut last week, and my granddaughter didn't like it, and she kind of outweighed me, and then she went and bought it. And I told her, I said, if you kids are not going to eat it, just buy me a small can. I prefer the jarred because I think it's better tasting. bet she. Oh, we would have some fun with that, honey. Oh, we would have loved that. Kathy, I don't know if you're still here, but are you listening to this? No, Kathy was going to go see her new baby. I know she's gone. She was going to go see her new grandbaby. And they took one look at him, and her husband said, "We got to buy that kid a football." He said he got the biggest hands. He's a big baby. And her son said he weighed like 6 pounds. And I mean, that was a big baby. I said, he has missed that mark. I said, he must be thinking about the other one. He's probably really tired. Because the little one that she takes care of was 6 pounds, and this was a 6 pound baby. Yeah, I got in the mood for it, and she come back and she had bought, after I'd got kind of over the desire for it. She had bought me a jar that was quart size, and Lord, I won't eat that much sauerkraut in a year. But I love cabbage and I love sauerkraut. They don't like me, but I like them. And sauerkraut's really good for you, and so is the cabbage. It's good for you. Yeah, they're kind of hard to grow. You have to watch them for the bugs. Um, of course, I'm not much of a sprayer, so I pick mine off. But there are cabbage worms that you have to watch for because they'll eat a hole all the way through it. Sugar gliders? What is sugar gliders? Hi, Kathy. did you did you hear me talking about you, honey? Or did you go see your new little one? He said that he would like to get us on a panel together some night with Spanky, and he might even let Spanky come in. He said, I think we ought to do it. And she's coming home today. Wow. Yes, I would love to too. Kathy has a new grandbaby. And we're going to go live on my stream. We're going to do a hangouts with him. A sugar glider is like a chipmunk with wings. Are you talking about flying squirrels? It's here. Well, what do they do? What do they? My squirrels were not loud. It's like a flying rat, huh? Like a screech owl. Tree rats. Well, I don't guess I've ever seen one. I've seen flying squirrels. Like scared me to death. But I had a uh, bird's nest that the birds always had bluebirds in it. And one year that I didn't have any bluebirds, and I said, well, It's no wonder, got to looking at it. I said, it's no wonder that nest is just as full as it can be. And I went over there and grabbed a hold of the hay and the grass that was in that and give it a pull. And them things come right out of there, right on top of me. And I was just like, what? Hey, wasn't supposed to be nothing in that. And then we had a snake get in that same nest, and Herb pulled that snake out and killed it. But our birds was just going crazy. Oh, you are so funny. You are so funny. Yes, wild animals should stay in the wild. I believe. I believe that. There's lots of people who have pet pigs, and my brother had a goat who just thought my brother was his mama, and when he had company, and the goat opened up the screen door and come in and sat down on the couch. Oh my gosh, those pygmy goats, they're a pain in the butt. They will climb out of any pen you put them in. You can't keep them in. You cannot. We had some. You can't keep them in. You you're chasing them things constantly. What, what was that, squirrel? No. I'm sorry, I couldn't help that. I'm gonna tighten up my screw. Hello, I've got a problem here on my desk, and there's too much stuff in the way. Oh well, it'll have to be taken care of some other way. I've got a few screws loose. I do have. Y'all ain't seen them all. Well, honey, you better get. Yeah, if you're going to get a goat, get a milk goat. You don't want a pygmy goat. You do not want. They're cute, but you don't want a pygmy goat. You can't keep it. You can't keep it in. I'm telling you, you can't keep it in. We put ours in an 8 foot high dog pen with chicken wire over that, around it, on the inside. We took everything out of it. It was completely enclosed on 2 sides with wood, and them things would come out of it. I mean, they were always out. Yes. Well, goats sell good around here, good for the environment, really. You, uh, the thing to do is, if you've got a milk goat, is you tether it. You tether it where you want to eat for it to eat, and leave a big grassy area in your yard where you would normally mow, and stake it out and let it eat the grass, the good stuff. Yes, because the milk will taste if you let them go free. If you let them roam free, they will eat anything under the sun, and you don't want them eating onions or, some of the weeds around that have nasty taste to them because it will all go through the milk. And goat's milk is really, really good when it's good. When you grain feed them and you let them eat fresh grass, it's good. I've cooked with goat's milk. I've drank goat's milk. I have. Uh, I fed my babies goat milk, and of course, I've also cooked with turkey eggs and all that kind of stuff too, because I'm a farm girl. You just no, you don't have to pasteurize it, and it makes good, and then you can make goat cheese. You know. All right, honey. All right. Well, you enjoy that baby, and we'll talk to Mike about this live stream business at another time. We have llamas here on the farm. We don't right now because they don't winter. They don't overwinter here. Um, yes, yeah, goats will eat anything. Goats will eat anything that they cross in their path. Um, Honey, I don't. It's probably grown by now because they took them off the farm and I haven't seen it. But they don't winter here. They bring the expecting mothers back, the cattle, and they leave them here. They separate them from the rest of the herd, so I get to see all the babies born, and yeah, it's pretty cool, including the baby llamas. And she was bred right back when she had that one, so we should have another one coming. It takes they will if they're small. They will, and so will pigs. But let's see, it takes a lot longer for a llama or a goat to have a baby than it does a cow. And the gestation for a cow, I believe, is 10 months. The gestation for a goat, I'm thinking, is something like a little over a year. It's like 13 months or so. Now, I may not be getting that just exactly right, but we raised pigs, and not all of them are vicious. Some of them are very, very, honey, it takes stickles forever to dry. Forever. Uh, um, they, it depends on the kind. I'm trying to think of what we had. We had big ones. They were Durocs, and they were crossbreed. And the only really mean one we had was a Razorback. And let me tell you, that was one mean sow. She was horrible. She was horrible. She scared me to death. But those big ones, I sat in the barn with them and pulled the babies out of them and or helped. When they had one, I'd dry it off because they had them in the winter. I would dry it off and put it under the heat lamp and scratch her behind the ear, and she'd run out of another one, and I'd do it again. Cows are 283 days. Goats may be 150 days, but llamas are not. Llamas take a long time. They take a long time. A lot longer than I would have thought. What kind did you have, Mike? Pigs can hurt you. There's no doubt about it. They can hurt you. 11 months for a llama? All I knew it was more than it. That's about the same as a cow, isn't it? Anyway, they're cool. But they will run off just butchering hogs. Well, yeah, I can see that, Ben. I can see why you got bit. Yeah. Oh my God, that was the biggest job I ever undertook, was to butcher a hog. Well, what the llamas are good for, I mean, besides their wool, what they're good for is, and what they use it for around here, is keep coyotes out of their herd. And they will do that. They will kill a coyote fast. So, that's what they use them for here. I can't wait for you to do it. I've got a red spot right there on. I know it's from these glasses. Then I'm going to put them back on so I can see what I'm looking at anyway. Yes, they run predators off. Spanky, or Squirrel, haven't you figured this out, honey? You decided it the moment that Spanky decided it. Donkeys will kick at them, but let me tell you, a llama will stomp them to death. I've seen two males fight, and let me tell you, they fight to the death between each other. He brought a small male here, and they brought in a bigger male to breed back the female. Well, the small male had already decided that he was in for it. He wasn't, because the big male beat him down, got him completely down on the ground, and then proceeded to stomp him in the head until he was just almost dead. The llama crawled down to the pond and laid in the pond, or by the pond, for about a week and a half. And then they took him home, and they thought he was getting better, and they brought him back, and that llama, that big one, just stomped him to death. And they do it with both feet. So you don't want to put two males together. If you get one, you want a male and a female, and then that male needs to go afterwards, because they will breed their own offspring, and then that's when you get in trouble. Turkey pot pie. Sounds good. I do too. I like pot pies. Hey, Janice, I don't know if I said hi to you, honey, but I'm saying it now. Hi, honey. I know you just ate 12 sandy cones and you want a pot pie now. You need something to counteract the sugar. My remedy for counteracting sugar is to eat peanut butter. Peanut butter. Those sound good too, Janice. Hi, Jason. How are you? Howdy, howdy. It's a chat here today. Not a lot of crafting going going on. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Jason. I do. Yeah, I know. Every time he brings one up, I think, Lord, I wish I had some in the freezer. I love these. I love these Sunday chats. Kids, I love these Sunday chats. I don't have to impress anybody. I don't have to craft. I don't have to say, look at what I've done. Look at what I can do and then can't. I will show Mike. I don't know if Mike's seen it, this steampunk rose. Here, this way. That's made out of hot glue. Your willpower failed you. Well, honey, we all have them days. You just have to just brush it off your shoulder. It'll be all right. Just brush it off. My willpower failed today. When I go into the kitchen, there'll be something there. There will be something there that I will get into. That's the reason I'm not a skinny woman. All right, Cheryl. Good deal. Yes, these are fun to make. They really are. I used hot glue and a stamp, just a stamp. And you make, I actually put the glue on the stamp on this one and then laid the stamp down flat on a pad, a non-stick pad, silicone best, it's best. And then squished it so it made a good impression. And little Debbie is my friend. Are you going to make you some coins? I love to make those coins. That's my size of mixed media. I have several mixed medias that I need to be doing. Well, no, I stamped them with my stamp. I have a big heart stamp, and it's still out here somewhere, I think. Anyway, I put several in my journal, and no, I guess I put it away. I don't see it out here. No, here it is. Here's my big heart stamp, and I just used this part of it, and I just filled the glue in there until it was completely full. And then I just put it down on a silicone mat and pressed it down. And you can do that with any of your stamps. The hot glue will pull right off. In fact, it pulled some of the ink off of this one, which it really needs to be soaked and cleaned, but I'm too lazy to do that. That's what I use. That's what I use is I make my circles and out of my leftover boxes. I make a lot of book backs out of my leftover boxes. And that's what I'll be making my mini journals when I start them. And I am ready to start them once I get the charms on this one. This one is done once I get the charms on it. So, and it is bigger. It is bigger now. It is bigger now. That I really wanted to use these, but they're just really off. But they're just pretty. So I have some silver ones. You're gaining weight. Just I know, I know. I like the marshmallow cookies with the cookie bottom and the marshmallow and then the icing over the top. That's my weakness. Not moon pies. It used to be moon pies, and I did love moon pies. And you can just call me redneck all you want, but I love a good moon pie. And I am hillbilly. There you go. Michelle, honey, I'm telling you, they're so easy to make. They are really. You don't have to make it fancy to make a good journal. And that's one of the things that I go watch Joy DeFee. If you have never watched her, go watch her because she is pinwheels. That's what they are. Joy DeFee can show you exactly how easy they are to make. Now, she has some nice books that she pulls pages from, but you can go find books in flea markets and anywhere. And bye, Mary Lou. I'm so glad you come in. And, that, yes, that's the fluffy journal. But all of mine seem to turn out that way, Mike. I can't help it. I just keep putting stuff in them and they just keep growing. This one was not it, what I needed is my book was too small. See, it doesn't have a real wide spine. I needed a little bigger spine. And I could have cut that spine off and spread that out, and it would have been quite so fluffy, but it would have been thick anyway. I like to make mine out of just plain. What I really like, the paper I really like, is go buy you some resume paper, and they will make beautiful journals. It's a beautiful cream colored. You don't have to do anything to it. You don't have to dye it. You don't have to do anything to it, and you will make a beautiful journal if you just use that cream paper. A cream color paper will go with any style. It'll grunge. It will go with vintage. It goes with uh, shabby chic. It goes with anything. You can stamp on it. It has a beautiful texture to it. And it's a little bit more expensive, but they make beautiful journals. Beautiful journals. It would have ended up just as fluffy. I can't help it. I just keep adding to. Yeah, they do make beautiful journals. I made a leather journal, and you can look back in my live streams and find it. I made a crocodile level leather journal, and I stripped the leather off of some expensive kitchen chairs, and I mean really expensive. And this woman's kids decided they'd get in a fight and break up all her furniture, and she bought the best, the best. And I still have some of the leather left from it, and I have another one I've got two more in the garage to strip. And anyway, I made a journal out of leather and put a leather strap around it with a gold uh, Egyptian beetle. And all the paper I used in it was resume paper. And I used a small pad of rose tablet writing paper. And that gave me some color in it, give me a little bit of color. But, and then I used dollar store money cards that you could buy. And that was my center pockets. Okay, Cheryl, I'm glad you were here, honey. A scarab. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, I would love to make a wood journal too. Thanks, Michelle. I would love to see it. But they do make beautiful, beautiful journals. It's such pretty paper. You don't have to do a lot to it to make them. They're a good quality paper and they hold up to whatever you want to do. And yeah, I was looking at the time, Spanky. You'll have to remind me what time you go on. I've been on for almost 3 hours, though. It's about time for me to take off a little bit. I've got about 15 more minutes, and I'm going off. That'll put me at 3 o'clock. It'll put Spanky at 4. And so you don't have to answer that, honey. Squirrel, that'd be cool for steampunk too. But I'm wanting to take some toilet paper rolls and make the leather look out of them. And I'm going to do that. Now that I have something to emboss with, I've got to get me some embossing folders. And I'm going to make me a steampunk leather journal out of those. And they will be sewn together because I don't want I don't want to just make a small one. I want to make a bigger leather look book. Although I have leather that I could put on one. And it would be awesome. Well, then you ought to do it. Just set your mind to it and do it, bud. You could. And put your steampunk in it. Oh my gosh, there's steampunk on it. Tack them metal things down. It would be cool. There's several methods that you can do that. And sometimes, yeah, you can have an accident and you can use just tissue paper and make a leather look. And you have 2 months for the auction. There you go. I'm going to start some mini journals and I'm going to start some folders and I am going to start some the travel notebooks. That's what I'm going to start because I need to put some on in a store. And so I've got to think about stocking my store because I've talked about it long enough. It's time to get on it. But oh, let me see. That's not it. I want to make some more of these. I'm going to turn this down and it'll be upside down, but I'll turn it around. I want to make some more of these. I think these would sell. I think they're really cool. But on the next one, I will actually put a folder in it. This has a tablet in it for journaling. That is a vintage journal tablet of Norman Rockwell, and it's got this vintage girl on the top of it, and then a large tag here. And this is a double tag, which is really cool. And then these pockets open up. And if you really want to, you can put another journaling spot in here. It's a folder, and these are pockets here. I have these pockets here, and I have this pocket up here, which has got a die cut in it and a pretty piece of paper. And then this is a pocket with 3 slots in it, so there's something in every layer of it. And this is the part I'm talking about. You can put an actual journal in it. And so this is for sale if anybody's interested. But it's, yeah, they're fun to do. And there is, there's more stuff behind it. That whole pocket is full of little bits and pieces. And, there's big butterfly right here. And so anyway, it's this is a Tim Holtz journal, and it does have the elastic on it, and that just folds here. This folds here. This comes across here, and I added an extra pocket on the front of it because I really liked it. And then these just wrap around and close it up, so it's like that. And so I want to make guess. Honey, I have sewn every kind of wallet that you can imagine. I have made ladies' purses. I am a quilter, and I have just fell in love with paper crafting, and so that's the reason why this got a quilted front, is because I decided to add my quilting skills in this. Although this is not quilted, it is just made and set down. It was quilted on a backing that how the elastic is. Okay, they had brads in them. They had brads that Tim Holtz had actually put in them, and this one come off, but I just thread it through the hole because I didn't have any at that time that would fit it, but they just go around the edges. You have one in the center of the back and one at the top of the back, or the top of the flap. You have 2 there, so that they're coming, and then your flap is here. So when you close the flap, these just come over the top and closes it up. And it's really sturdy. It's very sturdy. It's hard cardboard. You can ship in these. Of course, mine I have decorated, so you can't. But you can actually put just you can leave the front plain and attach this down with a brad. Put a shipping label on the back and send it out. I'm going to make these from this pattern. I'm going to make some of my own from this pattern because they could be made out of a couple of folders. These were separate. They had to be added to it. So, that's, they were glued on. This was separate. It had to be glued in. This, I made this flap. It wasn't part of it. And I just glued it on. And then, of course, this was not a part of it. I glued that in, and I put the whole pad in it because I wanted it to be a kind of a journal type thing. And then, like I said, you could put another one here because there's lots of room in this, even after that. You can you can make this flap longer and bend it with a 1/2 inch. You could score a 1/2 inch mark here and make it a 1/2 inch bigger. You could also score the bottom and make it a half-inch thick so that you could put more paper in them. So this is what I'm wanting to make some of these and put them in my shop. I want to make some travel notebooks and make some simple ones, Midori style, because I think Midori style for a travel notebook is the only way to go. And I have lots of fabric that I can make that out of. I've got some canvas fabric, which would be great for it. And so they would stand up. And I want to make some smaller ones because, you know, the travel notebooks are a little bit bigger than these. And they're only 4 inches wide, but they're a little bit bigger in length. Well, you know what? If I'm going to put something in my purse, I don't want it any bigger than this right here. I carry a big purse and I still don't want it any bigger than. And I really think that they would be cool made in this same style. Make my binder this size for my travel notebooks. So that they're compact, they're hooked together, and they would be Midori style on the back where you could pull the papers out, refill the papers, and keep on going with it. And they would be sturdy enough to hold up to your to the use in your bag, your purse, your suitcase, whatever you're going to carry it in. Because you know, traveling is what you're going to do with it. You're going to journal your travels. But this you could make like a passport pocket. You could make several different, you know, things could be done in this. Yes, you would want a pouch to put it in. See, that's easy enough to do too. But I'm one that was similar to this, that you could carry all your ticket needs, all your passport needs, everything with one binder. And then plus, yeah, that could be done. I could make you one, Linda. I love this folder too. I really do. And I think it would be great. I think a travel size would really be nice to be able to put all your stuff in it. And all it takes is a little redesigning. And I'm sure that I could do that. And, you know, where you could keep it handy. So, anyway, kids, I need to get off of here. I've been on for, I could do that. And I really do. I think these would be nice because when you have them out, then they're not going to be flopping around all over your purse. They're not going to, all the stuff is not going to, because you've got it secured inside. And, you know, if you want to write on it, you've also got to, no, I don't have my store up and running. And that's why I have got to get on it. I have said repeatedly that I cannot keep this up if I don't start selling some stuff, because I don't want to rely on others to help me buy my craft supplies or to keep me in craft supplies. I want to be able to, and I want to share my work. I don't want to do it. I don't necessarily always want to give it away, but I want to share my work with people. I would like to think I've seen it sell in auctions, so I know it will sell. But for some reason, I'm not selling it on my live streams. And, you know, I would really love to do that. I need to have an auction, but I don't have enough to have an auction. And I can't, yes, it is a way bigger audience. I don't have enough made to have an auction. That, you know, yeah, anything that I've got that I pull out like this, honey, usually is for sale. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up on Facebook or on, you can, my email address is underneath. Yes. Would love it in blue. Yes, it would be beautiful in blue. And I have even blue paper like this. I mean, this pad comes with many colors, but I just picked one that would go easy with the back, so I don't have to cover the back because I wanted this left. And but anyway, that's and then of course I done the coordinating color on the inside, but there's coordinating colors in the blue. Uh, I did the red because I put the red. See the little flower print? This went with this rose pattern. So, but I have this all in blue too. So if you want one, hit me up. I will make you one. Make it to order anytime. But kids, I need to get off of here. I've been up here 3 hours and I'm ready to go down and think about getting us some lunch and then watching Spanky here in a little bit because it is 3:37 and she's going to be going on in here just in a while. And I need to rest a little bit and see what Tom's up to and do all that kind of thing. I thank you all for coming in. It has been a wonderful, wonderful live stream. And we've talked about lots of stuff. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every minute and I've enjoyed every laugh. And yes, it would be. And Michelle, you too, honey. And I'm so happy for you, Sissy. I am so happy for you. Clara, I'm so glad you were here. I love you, my Linda. And Mike, if you're still here, if you haven't bowed out on us already, I thank you for coming and keeping us all entertained and happy. And I hope you come back all the time because I really enjoy you. And I will give Tom your love from all of you, and so I really will. And yeah, and don't forget Spanky's coming on, and she always is such an awesome crafter. And you never know what she's going to do or where she's going to go from one thing to another. But so I really have loved all of you being here, and thank you so much. And thank you for giving me some light and love today. And and like I said, um, sow your seeds on fertile ground and go where there is kindness and light and happiness and enjoy yourself and your life and don't be made miserable by people that can empower you even though you don't know them. So don't give them that. Don't give them that ability to do. Go somewhere else. There's always somebody else to watch that is happy and positive. So I thank you all so much. And I love you all. I love being with you. So I will see you in my next live stream, whether it be during the week or whether it be in a video or whether it will be Sunday, but Sunday definitely. So love y'all. And I could have turned this back up and said that I do love you all. And thank you for coming. And yeah, just for being here for me. So I will see you all later. Bye.